Okay, guys, so I've got here with me Bruce today. So before we get started, I've had to kind of wrestle Bruce a little bit to come and do this interview. He said he didn't want to do it. I asked him why. He doesn't want people thinking he's a big head or showing off or anything like that. But, my powers of persuasion, I managed to get him here to give a bit of a rundown on how he's been doing with the PT course. So first of all, thanks for that, Bruce. Just want to kind of just introduce yourself, where your gym is, what kind of gym that you run.
Yeah, this is totally out of my comfort zone and something I don't normally do, but I thought I'd make an exception. Even though I'm a hypocrite, 'cause I ask for testimonials all the time of my clients. So yeah, I run a gym called Ultimate Fitness Surgery. We're based in Scotland. We run small group personal training. We do large group coaching as well, plus access to gym access as well. Around 300 members. So yeah, everything's running well, and we thought we would jump on the PT cert as it would be a really good add-on to the gym revenue-wise, and also finding new talent in terms of personal trainers. And it's always been a bit of a struggle for us getting new coaches, and we would like to pick the best ones from our course. So yeah, that's why we jumped on, and that's a little bit about me.
Fantastic. Okay, so I'm just going to give you a little whistle stop tour of like what happened with Bruce when he signed up, and then we'll dig a little bit deeper. So I've got some notes, so I'm going to read from this because it's quite a list. So first of all, Bruce signed up around the 28th of April, and within 15 days, we'd managed to get the whole onboarding process done. Probably the quickest one we've ever done. As soon as I sent anything to Bruce, he literally got everything back to me the same day. So normally what takes 3 weeks, we actually got done in 2. Within 5 days of signing up, Bruce was already sending me videos saying, is this okay for the video? Where normally we don't get those within like 3 or 4 weeks of people kind of joining up. So he had a video. 5 days later, 2 weeks into it, everything's ready, funnels, booklets, ready to get selling. So I looked at the video. He basically copied the video that we asked him to do. Looked perfectly okay. We could have been like little things. Oh, you could try this, you could change that. But let's let Facebook decide if it's going to work or not. It was good enough. Let's launch the ad. So we launched the ad. Then 15 days later, I got my first text message from Bruce saying, I've sold 10 places for £2,000. So I've made 20 grand. And that was like within 15 days. At the same time, he told me he was getting leads at £10 a lead, which is cheaper than we get. It's very good. So good video. Everything was going well. Within 21 days, so on the 4th of June, I got another text message saying, I've now sold 15 places. So I've done 30 grand in sales. 1 day later, I got another text message saying I've sold 16 places at 2 grand. So I've made 32 grand. And then about 5 days later, I got another message saying, Ian, do you think we can squeeze one more person on? And if I've got another person who's like desperate to do it. So we had to have a serious conversation now and say, look, any more than 16, you need 2 tutors. Bruce is going to sort that out. So he's going to have 2 tutors teaching the course. So we actually did 17 sales in about 24 days. And that's 34 grand in sales. So first of all, congratulations. I think that's one of the best kind of onboarding processes, everything from you getting us the stuff, the making the sales, and everything else. So obviously what people are more interested in, apart from the fact that you did really well, is how did you do it? So I just want to try and break the steps down a little bit, right from the beginning. So the video was just the normal video that we ask everybody to film. So there's nothing particularly special about that. You did start it in a recognizable location, which is good. You did put subtitles on it. Anything else you think you did special in that video, or you just knocked it out? Or
No, I like to implement as quickly as I can. I'd rather it just be out there than absolutely perfect and nitpicking over things. You just follow the video instructions what you sent. So I looked at the video, copied the B-roll exactly. Some laughing, smiley, happy customers and personal trainers, and just all done on an iPhone, subtitles on CapCut, a little bit of music in the background. It's like I say, it's nothing special. It's just out there, and the pain points are in the script, so it should relate to everyone who is unhappy in the job and wants personal training.
Yeah, and I think it might only seem a small thing, but what you're saying about this implementation and not needing everything to be perfect, we've done this so many times that we need to let Facebook decide whether it's a good video or not a good video. So you can tweak things. You're not happy with this. I need a better camera. I need a better microphone. I'm not quite happy with the way that person was doing the squat in the corner, but all you're doing is wasting time. And what you need to do is get the video out there, get it onto Facebook, start spending some money on it, and seeing what happens.
Yeah, I mean, what you said to me resonated with me. Like you don't start making money until you start selling. So the quicker you implement everything that you send over, try and get it done as soon as possible, if you can, obviously. Then the quicker you do it, the quicker you can start marketing, the quicker you can start getting on the calls and selling spaces.
For sure. So just to be clear, you didn't do anything more complicated than one video. That's all you did.
So we actually did a video and a picture. Yeah. So did a picture of me and Brandon, my lead course instructor, of holding a whiteboard, plain whiteboard, nothing on it, and then it said become a PT. Well, I edited it saying become a PT. Just 10 weeks. And that was in the gym. It wasn't even a recognizable location. We actually did some photos and whatnot just to market to our members within our Facebook group. And that was the best photo, I thought. So I just used that. So we used one video, one photo.
Yeah. And do you know which of those got the most leads?
I actually think it was pretty even. I think they both got around 20 odd leads each. So they were both responded pretty well into the marketplace.
And when you set up the ad, did you set up like men and women as one, or did you do like a women's advert, a men's advert, and put a budget on each?
So we always do men and male and female, and the budget was £20 a day on each, so £40 a day. Yep. I think if you spend a little bit more, you're just going to get out there a lot quicker. We wanted to do the male and female simply because if one ad set is not responding, then we can lower the ad budget and put more in. So if male is responding more, we can lower the ad budget and then put it into the other ad set, just because it's the way we've always done it and makes sense to look at the data. If it's female, a male, and if one's responding better, then putting a little bit more into that, more leads you get, more people you've got.
Yeah, 100%. So just to be clear, we recommend normally to start on about £25 a day. Bruce went straight in at £40 a day, 20 on male, 20 on female. And that's why, you got leads quicker. You can do it that way. But also, obviously, if budget is a thing for you, £25 a day is also enough to be, bringing leads in as well. So, okay, so you've got your ad running, you've got your ad set, leads started coming in straight away?
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, we had sold before we'd marketed. We'd put it to our members, and we got 3 members from that just within our Facebook group to sign up to it. So we put the video in there, we put the photos in there, basically saying we are not advertising this to the masses just yet. If you want to jump on board, do it now. There was no discount and nothing, and we got 3 with your ad spend. So.
Yeah, which is always nice, because if you can do, whether it's an early bird, with a discount, whether you've done it like you, where you're just giving first option to your customers, but there was no discount. Once you've got that bit of money through the door, whether they're paying outright or whether they're paying a deposit and monthly payments, you've got some money in the bank, and it makes you feel more comfortable then in spending the money on Facebook ads, because you're not spending your own money. You're spending money that's already been brought in, by somebody else. So yeah, you were getting leads in at kind of £10 or £12 a lead, which was very good. We see on average kind of £15 to £25. So your ad spend was very little. You were getting leads in at a good price. What was the process of you get an email with a lead? What did you do?
Because I'm hands off in the business, I don't do any coaching anymore. I used to. I don't do anymore. My job is sales, marketing, and bringing in revenue and thinking of new ways to bring revenue in. So my job is to sitting here, and when leads come in, call them straight away. So the minute the email comes through, I am on the phone within 5 minutes. Obviously, I have a social life, so if it comes in at
No, you don't. No, you don't.
half 7, 8 o'clock at night, I'll call them in the morning. But making a point of calling them as quickly as you can, as you possibly can, because the red hot lead from there, they're interested. Give it a day or two, they might have either gone to a provider or gone, no, it's actually not for me until it's not out of it.
Yeah. So you think every single lead that you got, unless they come in kind of through the night or early hours of the morning, you're phoning them within an hour or two of them coming in, and always within the first day?
Oh, definitely. I wouldn't. There's no way I could leave it a day. I just wouldn't sit right with me.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And if they don't answer, so let's say you got a leading in the night, so you phone them at 9 o'clock in the morning, they don't answer, what do you do?
I send my WhatsApp straight away, just introducing myself and when would be the best time to call.
Yep. If they don't get back to you, what do you do?
Call them again. Same process.
Yeah, just same process over and over and over. Do you ever think, well, they're not interested, I'm not going to ring this person anymore, I'm obviously bothering them, I'm obviously annoying them, they're obviously not interested?
No, never. They've put their details in for a reason, and I've got the solution to their problem. And unless they tell me to not call again, I won't. So
Yeah.
we phone, there's no answer. Send the WhatsApp, same again, same again, same again. Still don't answer, we might send a text message. And then if you still don't answer, we'll send a voicemail. But I will not stop phoning until we have all the places sold or they tell me not to phone again.
Yeah, that was a bit of a loaded question. I know you do that. It's the same as what we do. And I think the big thing here is not to tell yourself stories. You know what I mean? It's just an action that you have to take. You know, if you've got a phone number and you haven't spoke to them yet, you have to ring them. And the more you sit there and think, well, maybe they're not interested because they didn't get back to my text message and they didn't answer the phone, you know, you can easily start to talk yourself out of that if you're not a salesperson. So you've got to just take all of that out and you just ring them, message them, text them, email them, ring them until they answer or they physically tell you they're not interested. And even if they do that, it doesn't mean they're not interested ever. It means they're just probably not interested, you know, right now. So I think you got around 50 something leads in the end.
Yeah, so 54 leads. Cost per lead was £12, 11p, and the total we spent on the ad was £653.
So you spent £653 and you got 34 grand back.
Yeah, I mean, if I were to spend 5 grand on ads, it's still worth it. How many times would you give someone 5 grand to get 34 grand back? You would do it all day.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, and it is something that, yeah, it didn't happen on your case because you're getting cheap leads and plenty of them as well. But it is something that we see that, you know, people might get like 6 people on a course and ask me, you know, I really want to get closer to the 10. What shall I do? And the first question we always ask is, well, how much did you spend on Facebook ads? And normally it's like they spent £1,000 to get, say, 6 sales, which is not great, but it's still, the numbers work absolutely. And the simple question is, well, just spend 2,000 because, you know, you're going to bring in an extra £12,000 if you do that. But I think it's like a mindset of not wanting to spend enough on the ads that holds people back quite a lot.
Yeah, I mean, what we're doing this for is, one, to help people, but two, mainly is revenue and profit. And if you can spend more on ads to get more profit, you're always going to get a return on ad spend. Always, it's guaranteed.
Yeah.
So spending 10 grand to make 20 is still worth it.
100%. So I think, so if we're looking at then, you got like 54 leads and you made 17 sales. I know not every sale came from the Facebook ads. There's a few from the gym as well. But I mean, it means you're selling around, you know, it's 25% of all the leads that you actually had in. Maybe
Yeah,
20%.
Cost per acquisition was around that. Do some mental arithmetic here. Like £40. Cost per acquisition, £40 to get 20 grand back. Sorry, to get £2,000 back. Of course, you're going to do that. The cost per acquisition is £40 to get £2,000 back. You're
Oh
going to
no,
just keep doing it.
no, you've done incredibly well. So when you are getting those people on the phone, how many of those 54 people do you think you actually got to speak to? You managed to speak to a half of them?
I'd say about 90%. Definitely spoke to 90% of them. So the ones who didn't answer, it wasn't for the lack of trying. Like we called and called and called. Some people just sometimes give wrong email addresses or wrong phone numbers just so they can get a bit more information.
Yeah. So for those people that are only getting hold of 20 or 30% of the people and saying that they can't get them on the phone and different things, do you think it's literally just down to how many times they are trying to get them on the phone?
Yeah, I mean, see if you if I was still working in the gym, coaching and whatnot, there's no way I would be able to do this and phone the amount of people what I do. So getting out of your own business and getting out of your own way and actually making the time to call these people is paramount for me. Like you need to have time to call people. You can't be running PT sessions and doing 4, 5, 6 hours in the gym and then expecting your energy levels to be high after you've done all that to call. I was calling these people all day, every day, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 calls a day, along with my other try to create sales for the gym as well. But I do have help with the gym side of things.
And I think that's it. That's obviously it's another conversation for another time, isn't it? On how to actually start to move yourself out of the business to give yourself more time to do the sales and everything else. But you think so? Lots of those leads, you would have called some of the leads way more than 10 times to get them eventually on the phone.
Yeah, and I didn't get everyone on the phone, but I just started from the top and worked my way from the bottom.
Yeah,
So I got to the bottom.
keep going. And I think, what I'm trying to do is just make that point. I know a lot of people are doing the calls, but, we're just not doing enough. Do you know what I mean? We just, whatever you're doing at the moment, if you're only getting hold of 20, 30% of the people, you need to be doubling, tripling, quadrupling the amount of times that you're trying to get hold of people. And some of those people you phoned 10, 20 times, when you eventually did get them on the phone, how many of them were actually angry at you for phoning them 20 times and told you to piss off?
No one told me, to be honest, which is a surprise. So no one. If anything, they was sort of maybe a little bit apologetic, or been really busy, or maybe been on holiday, and they put the details in the holiday. But yeah, no one was rude to me, put it that way.
No. So, if Bruce is doing that, phoning people 10, 20 times, and no one was being rude to him, people were being apologetic for not answering his calls, take that on. I think out of all the things we're going to talk about today, that is the main one. You've got to up the volume of the sales calls. And if you can do it yourself, great. If you can hire someone else to do it, great. But it's got to be a lot more than we're doing at the moment. So once you're getting people on the phone, are you trying to make the sale immediately, kind of taking them through kind of the script and trying to sell them? Are you telling them to book another call with you on Zoom? Are you telling them to come and meet you in the gym to have a look around? What's the process once you actually get someone on the phone?
I just followed the script to a T, and then when it comes to just asking lots of questions in terms of why do you want to do it, almost trying to convince themselves that they want to do this, or either don't like the job, or they want to start a new career, or they've got kids and they want to work more flexibly. Just digging into that, just asking lots of questions, being really annoying with the why questions. So why do you want to do it, and why would it make your life better and whatnot? So they've more or less convinced themselves. And when it gets to the point where we're asking for the sale, we present the options available, so the plans available, and if they want to go ahead with it, great. We can get that done over the phone straight away. I would say 9 out of 10 times it's a lot of money to for me to phone once and get the full payment over the phone. So we explain that spaces are limited and with lots of calls booked, whatnot. Just a little bit of scarcity, not like no sales tactics or anything like that. Or you can secure your spot for a deposit, which is a one-off payment of £100. So we actually sold the deposit as £100 over the phone. And then once we secured that deposit, we then sent out a student agreement, and then just explained that there is stuff to fill out, and then the payment plans were X, Y, and Z, and they just had to let us know what payment plan would suit them best.
Yeah.
And
what payment plans were you offering? So obviously upfront if people want to pay it, and then what were the plans that you put together?
We were pretty flexible with it, to be honest. So you can pay upfront, sorry, or you could do 2 payments, 3 payments, 4 payments, or 5 payments.
Yeah.
Obviously the deposit comes off that. Yes, we were pretty flexible. We would just say, listen, like, we want to get you through this course. Obviously, we can't give you the qualification until it's all paid. The quicker you pay it, the better, but it doesn't need to be paid until sort of the last week of the course, which was a big sort of put people's mind at ease that, they do have sort of like 4 or 5 months to pay this, and doing 4 payments, 5 payments is something that they could manage.
Yeah, and that's what we always recommend, that they've paid off the course by the end of the course. But if you're going to do that, make sure you've got the student agreement signed, so they're signing up. So if someone doesn't like the course for any reason, or they change their mind, they can't come back to you and say, well, I decided I don't want to do the rest of the course, so I'm not going to pay. No, you have taken a spot on a course with limited numbers. You've signed the agreement to say you're paying for the whole course, and that's it. Then, if you're getting your money over 4 months, it doesn't really matter. It's coming in.
Yeah, it's extra bit of recurring revenue as well.
For sure. So people you got on the phone and they were kind of, I've got to think about it. Obviously, I know you did your troubleshooting and you did your objection handling and things. But if they wouldn't sign up there and then on the phone, what was the process of?
So we sent them a WhatsApp with all of the details going over. So we basically copy and paste the script to them in terms of what the course is all about. So it starts on X, Y, and Z. It's this amount of weeks. This is what you get, whatnot. Here are the payment plans. And at the bottom, I would put, if you want to secure your place and you're happy enough to go for it, here's the link to secure your spot for £100. That secures your spot. And then I would send them the prospectus within that as well. And I would say about 6 people paid the deposit over via the WhatsApp message. So it's nice to get an email to there's another spot gone.
Yeah.
That's what we did. If they weren't happy doing it over the phone, or they wanted to go away and think about it, or speak to cat, mum, dad, partner, we let them do it, because to be fair, I wouldn't pay £2,000 over the phone over a 20-minute conversation, so I don't expect anyone else to. If they do, great. Putting a deposit down, securing the spot, and giving them the peace of mind that the place is secured. We just sent everything over via WhatsApp with the link. They wanted to, obviously we tried to get it over the phone, but if they were like, no, I don't want to do that over the phone, and we sent a WhatsApp with all the information on it, the price point, the details of the course, the prospectus, the link to secure the spot.
Yeah. And I think people watching this might be quite surprised that, what you've done, even though it is incredible, it's not really anything different than what anyone can do. I mean, I think the big thing is if people are watching this, you want to get a pen and write it down. I think number 1 tip to write down is fast implementation. We have a lot of people that kind of do it at a normal speed. We have a few people like yourself that do it at like warp speed and get really things done. And we have quite a few people as well that just take way too long to do anything. You know what I mean? Like, to do a video, and it's all kind of, thinking in your own head, is it good enough? People are going to see this, and you've got to implement faster. I think that's number 1. So implement fast. Number 2 for me would be the volume of calls, WhatsApps, texts, whatever you're doing now, unless you're anything like Bruce is, you've got to be doing 2, 3, 4 times as much. And how you do that, I understand if you're still coaching full time, you're not going to be able to do that yourself, but you can be doing calls when you've got time, and things like WhatsApps and texts you can do in the evenings. You can do those kind of things, or get someone in to help you. because you're never going to make a sale if you don't get a conversation going. And the only way to get a conversation going is more calls. So yeah, first, implement fast. Second, the calls, follow-ups have got to be a lot higher in volume. Anything else you can say you think is a, top tip?
Yeah, I mean, not everyone responds to WhatsApps. So when I send out, if they want to think about it, and I send over all that information I spoke about before, and they don't respond via WhatsApp, give them a call, just to follow them up, just to prompt them. Because we had one lady who we spoke to, sent out all the details and whatnot. She didn't want to sign up over the phone. She said, I've not got my card on me. I was like, cool, here's the link. Here's all the information. And then she never got back to me. Follow up, I just checking in again, just following up to see if you received our message. Sorry, I'm going to do it now. She never did it. Same again the next day, same again the next day. Phoned her, really sorry, can you send me the link? I was like, let's just do it over the phone now. So follow up is key. We're all busy. Everyone's busy, and sometimes you get a WhatsApp on your phone. It's easy just to like click on it, forget about it. If you're constantly following up and just dropping him a message or sending a broadcast email or calling him at best, then what's the worst that could happen? You get a no or a non-response. Just keep going.
Yeah, for sure. And also, because I just want to talk quickly about the workshop that you kind of came on as well. So, someone like yourself who's had a gym for a while, you've kind of done marketing. It's nothing new to you doing marketing and everything else and stuff. When you came to the workshop that we did in Scotland, was that kind of beneficial? And the reason I'm asking is 30% of the partners we work with have never been on a workshop, and we put about 6 on for free every year. From your point of view, was it beneficial spending 4 hours coming to learn a little bit more about how we do things?
Yeah, definitely. It's always good to network. And the main thing for myself and Brandon, my lead coach, is we got dates, sat down together, and when we're going to do the course. And that was the main thing. So we have a plan now. We have X amount of months to sell this. We start marketing here. We pre-sell here. We start marketing here. And then if it's all done, brilliant, we can kick back and relax. The last thing we want to be doing is try to still sell places 2 weeks, 3 weeks before the course is actually due to start. So it give us a lot of clarity on when we want the first course to be, when we want the second course to be, when to start marketing, and then just again networking and speaking to the people who have done the course before.
Yeah.
So we've never done this course before, obviously, and finding out hints and tips of sales and what a good cost per lead is, what a good cost per acquisition, and just giving you a little bit of reassurance more than ever that what you're doing is right and that people have had success of doing this. It just reassures you, and it was good to get the tips and again get the 1%. If you're not been to the workshop, I would highly recommend it. It's 4 hours out of your day, and it's been really, really beneficial for us.
And then you've actually also made some sales, I think, as well for your next course already. So some of those leads, what did they say to you? I can't do it now, I'm busy or something. So you sold them at the next course?
Yeah. So some of them are going on holiday, so it's September weekend up here, which 9 out of 10 people go away to Blackpool, or they go away on holiday around September. So they didn't want to commit to not being able to be there for a couple of weeks. That's absolutely fine. How does January sound? Like, oh yeah, brilliant. Like, great, let's take a deposit. That secures your spot. We send out the agreement. Once we've got the agreement back, we'll send over the student hub, and they can start doing it now if they wish. So we sold 2 so far, and what we've done is we sent out an email to everyone. So once all the spaces were full, we sent a broadcast email out to all of the leads who didn't buy from us or missed out on a spot, because some of them still wanted to do it, but they missed out because it took too long to put a deposit down. And we sent out an email saying September's full. If you would like to book on our next course, which is January, click the link below to secure your spot.
Yeah, and I really like that, actually, that not only are you promoting the course and trying to sell it, but at the time, either when you're full or when you decide you don't want to sell any more places, continue doing a little bit of advertising, but actually saying this course is now sold out, because it's that thing, isn't it? If you're always just saying there's one spot left, there's one spot left, there's one spot left, and then the next course there's one spot left, where if they never see that they can't buy it anymore, people just think, oh yeah, well, he's always only got one spot left. But you're actually advertising, you missed out. You can't do this course now, even if you want to, because we're now sold, which gives that little bit of urgency for people then to believe what you're saying, to book onto the next course earlier so they don't get disappointed.
Yeah, we got one person who signed up, and there's a guy in the gym who was like, I'm going to do it. I need to do it. I was like, we'll jump on the link then and sign up. And I followed up with him as always.
Yeah.
The last couple of days, but he's in the process of buying a business and whatnot. So he said, just give me till next week. So hopefully we'll have 4 on the course starting January, which again means less selling and less money spent on ads.
Yeah.
So we've only got 10 spots to fill.
Yeah. Which is less stress. It means, like you say, you've already sold some places. You've already got some money in for your Facebook ads. So you're not spending your own money again. And like you say, then you only have to sell a few more slots to get that course filled. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, once I put the deposit down, which I forgot to mention, we then follow up again to make sure that we get that payment plan and that the student agreement signed and sent it over, and then getting them on the phone and setting up a payment plan what suits them best. So the more inclined to answer your call once they put down a deposit.
100%. Yeah.
So we push to get that, and everyone now is on payment plans, and that didn't take too long to get everyone on it. So we got the deposit, pulled them up the day after or a few hours later to get the student agreement, and then we agreed on a payment plan which suits them best. So it's pretty flexible with it, whatever suits them best, and then it's money in the bank then.
Yeah. I think the last thing for me on this as well is that, often we get people saying, oh, my leads aren't good, or, oh, maybe my area's not right. We actually had somebody very close to where Bruce's gym is run courses, never did anything like Bruce did, actually gave it up and stopped being a partner with us. Bruce now has taken that site and sold 17 places in 5 weeks. So I think you've got to get out of your head that your leads are worse than someone else's, your area is worse than somebody else's. This can work anywhere, but you need to be putting the amount of time and effort that Bruce is doing to make it such a success. And even the numbers Bruce is doing, if you did half the numbers that Bruce has done in the first course and you did that 3 times a year, that will be hugely profitable. So you might be looking at thinking, well, I've sold 7 or 8. How am I ever going to get to 17? You don't need to. 3 courses with 8 to 10 on a year. There's plenty of profit in there for it to be worth everyone's while. But it is possible if you put the effort in to go even further as well. So once again, I think, congratulations, Bruce.
Thanks very much. We decided pretty much straight away, me and Brandon, we didn't want to do 3 courses throughout the year. We wanted to do 2 with 15.
2 bigger courses, yeah.
Less workload for me and for Brandon. So if we needed to do 3 lots of 10, we would have done it. Yeah. So who knows? We might do 3 next year. We might want to get 10 each. So we made the decision pretty early that we wanted to go hard, heavy, to get 15 on. Works out, we've got 17. Less for our next course in January.
Yeah. Great. Okay, Bruce, so any last thoughts, or you think we've covered everything I think there is to cover?
I think so. Yeah. I can't think of anything else. I quite enjoyed the process of trying to get more money off people than what I've ever got off.
Yeah, the high ticket value. Yeah, your normal gym membership might be £100, £200, £300, whatever it might be. But like you say, selling at £2,000, it can, for the right person, a salesperson, it can be very motivational. That every sale you make, you see your bank account go up by £2,000. It's you don't need much more motivation than that.
Definitely not.
Great. Okay, Bruce, well, I'm really glad you decided to do this for everybody. I'm going to post it in the group and things, so hopefully someone will take something away from this and realize they can do just what you did as well. So I really appreciate that.
Perfect.
Thanks, Bruce.
Thanks for having me.